So it is a new week of training and I've got just over 2 weeks left until the Chicago Marathon. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I am the most or the least prepared for this marathon. I feel like I haven't hit the mileage that I typically would hit compared to my previous training blocks, but you know, life got in the way, so I'm trying to just tell myself to be easy on myself, be compassionate, and just kind of go with the flow and not have these like high expectations. So I'm just trying to savor, I guess, what's left of this training block and just take in as much as I can. So I'm just gonna do all the training that I can do and try not to overreach, because I think that's one of my bad habits, because when I feel like I'm not reaching a certain goal, I feel like I have to push myself even harder. So I gotta make sure I don't do that. So I'm just gonna stick with the training that I've got left until the marathon and not push myself even more than what I typically do. And we're technically in the taper phase. I shouldn't be pushing myself more than what I have to. My body really needs to just kind of start recovering and be strong and prepared, ready for the actual race. So that being said, today I'm scheduled for an easy, I think 55-minute run. So I'm just gonna go by feel, see how that goes. And then for the rest of today, it's really just reorganizing my like studio slash office area. We've got like a bunch of cables that I need to go through, so that needs some love. On like the professional side of things, I've still been taking a break. I have been going through like a bunch of interviews, but it is so exhausting, and I think that's why I feel like I am just not really in it when it comes to marathon training, because mentally I'm exhausted and I just can't put more mental strength into my marathon training because I'm just so drained from all the interviewing. So it's just, I'm just happy that that's all out of the way, and I can just kind of focus on the next couple weeks on this marathon, and then it will be some much needed downtime, because I feel like I haven't had a downtime in a minute since I started training for my half Ironman. Easy run, done and dusted. So it is currently raining quite a bit. It was actually downpour this morning, so I decided to skip out on doing my run this morning. It's currently 4:15, and before the day ends, I was like, you know what, I should probably fit in a run. Today I've got intervals scheduled. It is 16 times 1 minute intervals at 10K effort. So even though there's a lot, I'm glad the interval itself is quick. I might be out for quite a bit, but at least it's just quick 16 intervals. So I'm gonna start with a 10-minute warm up at zone 2 and then do this interval and then cool down for 10 minutes, and then hopefully I won't be super drenched. Since it is currently 16 degrees outside, I am still gonna be wearing shorts, a tank top, because typically in this kind of temperature, I still run pretty hot. So in order to protect myself from the rain, I am gonna be wearing this rain jacket, which is the John G rain jacket, and I've actually had this for probably just over 2 years now, and I actually really love it. This is my go-to because it is so lightweight and it's quite breathable. Like, it's got like air vents in the back here, which is great. So that way I don't feel like I'm suffocating when I'm running in a jacket. So I'm gonna wear this today, and then I'll stay hooded up, but then I'll also wear a hat to protect my face from the rain. And then yeah, hopefully I'll stay pretty cool and somewhat dry. I know the bottoms are probably gonna get super wet, but it is what it is. You just gotta kind of embrace the rain for what it is, because no matter what, you're gonna get wet. So this is my warm-up, and even though I'm wet, I'm not gonna lie, I already feel really warm. I'm just gonna do some drills and strides and then start my workout. Halfway through the intervals, and I'm actually feeling pretty good. Speed workout done and dusted. Now it's time to get warm and, most importantly, get dry. So today is a long run day, and I am going to be testing out the Maurten gels. I've tried these before during my Ironman training, but I'm gonna test them out again and see how I react to them during today's long run. The reason why I'm taking this one instead of the Huma gels is because these have more grams of carbs compared to the Huma gels. These ones have 25, which means I will need 3 of these per hour when it comes to the marathon, whereas with Huma gels I might need 3.5. And so I want to see if I can get away with less amount of stuff on me during the race. So I'm going to try these out, and hopefully I'm not sick of them. I do have some marathon pacing scheduled for today's run, which is probably going to be equating to around 23K. So this is going to be like that last big run at marathon effort. And in addition to trying these gels, I'm also going to be practicing in my race outfit. So I've got the Adidas sports bra that I'm going to be hopefully wearing on race day, and then my 2xU shorts that they both have pockets for gel storage. I'm still going to be bringing my vest with me because I'm going to need to take some water. And then for shoes, I'm actually going to practice with my race shoes, and I am going to be hopefully running in the Saucony Elites, which are these shoes here. And I've worn these a couple times already, but not necessarily a run that's been longer than 20 kilometers. So I'm going to see how they are. I've tested these out during an interval run as well as a tempo run, and so far I really enjoyed them. So hopefully they go really well on today's run. But if not, I will probably just wear the Endorphin Pro 4s, which are the shoes that I wore during my half Ironman race. So yeah. Hopefully today's run goes well. So I don't even know if I can bring my vest with me because it is drenched. Note to self, I need to make sure my bottles are closed properly because look what happened. It's like a huge puddle. Rude. Yeah, and then like, this is how much water came out of the bottle. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm either gonna try and dry that up in the drying machine very quickly, or I might just switch to my trail running vest, or I just don't go with any water. But that's really bad because I need to practice with water. So, so frustrating. Okay, 20 minutes later, the vest is dry, and we are now finally getting this long run started. So I've just started my warm-up. I've got 30 minutes of warm-up, and then we're gonna head into some marathon effort. And today's fueling strategy, we're gonna keep it the same as last time. I'm gonna do 3 times every hour, so every 20 minutes. So 20, 40, 60. I'm gonna take 25 grams of carbs with the Maurten gels. First interval at marathon pace done. Now it's time for 2.5 minutes of easy running, and then we're gonna head into the second interval. Second interval done. That one was a little harder than the first one because I overreached a little there, so I need to peel back for this last interval. Oh, finally, workout completed. Now it's time for a 15-minute cool down. Run done and dusted. So that concludes this week of workouts. Thankfully, the long run went pretty well. I would say my stomach handled the gels fairly well, so I think I actually might stick to Maurten. as long as I stay on top of my hydration, so that way there's a balance between all the carb intake, the electrolytes, as well as the water. So that way my stomach feels good during the race. I think the only thing was that I probably overreached a little bit, so I got to make sure when I am racing that I start very conservatively, so that way I don't gas out or break down later down in the race. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this week went. I managed to stay on top of all my runs. I stuck with the workouts that Motive prescribed. I think the workouts moving forward are going to get a lot shorter, a little less intense, so that way the body starts recovering and prepping for the race. So I am going to take this all off because I'm super sweaty and super salty, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out my Road to Chicago marathon series, you can check that out here. And with that, I'll see you in a later video. Bye!